What's up, everybody? It's your boy Cherokee, and I know everybody's thinking this is that weekend. I want y'all to be safe for one thing, and I know that this is the Independence holiday. This is that holiday, right? Independence Day. Woo! I tell you, as somebody that fought for this country in Desert Storm, sometimes you just think, what were we fighting for? We got people right here that we have to fight, But what I want you guys to remember on this Independence Day, everybody's not free. Remember, when you support things, every day should be Independence Day, not just today, not just this weekend. This weekend's going to come and go. There are things that have been dealt raw deals last month before, and last year and years before. Remember, this is to celebrate the birth of independence, 4th of July, but if you're not going to treat people better, what are you celebrating? If you don't feel like you're free, if you don't feel like you're making a difference and the difference is being made for you, then what are you celebrating? Everybody's running to the stores. We were at the stores today. Crazy. It's like a pandemic is not here. Remember now, you got to survive this time, everyone. You got to survive this. You got to survive this. People saying, hey, this is a hoax. It's not going on. Let's understand something. Baseball starts in April. They have yet to play one baseball game, and that's a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Basketball stopped midway. Literally, playoffs would have been going on. We would have already crowned a champion last month, a few weeks ago. Basketball stopped. Multi-trillion-dollar business. Football's on the brink, another multi-trillion-dollar business, on the brink of not being played, right? Yet people are saying that this is not real. This is a hoax. So out of 120 plus years of sports, all of a sudden in 2020, we're not going to have it? And you think that this is not real? Let me tell you guys something. This is every bit real. It may be exaggerated with some things, but this is every bit real. I know people that have COVID. You may know people that have COVID. They got over 50,000 cases per day now. It's I got a call that came in. Sorry about that, y'all. But the point is, let's all understand something. We have to survive this thing together. We got to be smart. You got to be smarter than some of the so-called leaders in the country. Some people have titles, and titles don't mean anything. Titles don't mean anything if you're not living up to it. These are the things that I'm talking about. So I tell you, we got to be real with this. We got to be real, and we got to be safe. Hey, BFF, I see you. But, make your life what you want it to be. Right? Either you can make history or you can be history. But either way, it's your decision. It's your decision. This is real. This is not a game. This is not a game out here. Right? We can be great beyond measure. But we got to put things in proper perspective. We got to know that we got people that have our back. I got my boy E out there in Cali. That's my dude, And I see you on here, my man. But here's the deal. We got to be safe. We got to beat this thing. We got to stop thinking so arrogantly. We're the most arrogant country on the face of the earth, and the numbers are telling that. There are some countries that only have 300 cases completely. And we got millions. That's not cool. There's nothing cool about it. Don't sacrifice others' lives if you want to sacrifice your own. Don't be so selfish that you can't keep other people safe. Whether you like it or not, we are sacrificing the summer of 2020 because of what we didn't do in the winter of 2020. If we could have just stayed in the house, February, March, maybe a tad bit of April, we would have had May, June, July, and the summer. I tell you what, everybody, you got your own, ideas about this stuff. You got your own feelings on it. I know I'm coming on here. I want to give you nourishment. I want to make you feel better. I want to tell you that we can do all things, and we can. But the first thing we have to do is admit that we have some problems in this nation, and they need to be dealt with, and they need to be dealt with now. We cannot suffer in silence. We have to be each other's keepers. We have to watch each other's backs. It's just real. Hey, Kathy, what's up, baby? This is one of those things where I sat quiet for a long time while this stuff was going on, February, March, even if you go back to January. And I said, I didn't want to talk about a lot of things until I truly had enough armor to know what I was talking about. Because if I don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it. But now I've had a lot of story and guidelines. And yeah, I do watch the news. I know I watch the news. Don't watch the news. Well, the news always tells you the evils of the world and the bad things that people are doing and all this, that, and the other, right? But sometimes you do have to watch it so that you can be educated on what's going on and what is the leader talking about of the nation. How's he making us look? You start off, I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, everybody's not feeling that last part. And we got to do our best. We got to do our best to make people feel liberated. That means free of oppression, free of aggression, free of tyranny. Each one teach one, so we all reach one. We got to do better. We got to do better. And we got to start with the person in the mirror. We got to understand. We need to be educated. We need to be educated because that's what arms you. That's what arms you from what's presenting itself as the enemy. The enemy is right there in front of us. But we don't have to lose. We don't lose unless we quit. See, winners never quit and quitters never win. So because of those two things, and that's simultaneous, hey, failure and winner can't occupy the same space. It cannot occupy the same space. And we're not failures, family. We're not. We're winners. We're champions. Life is simple. It's just not easy. Triumph is simple. It's just not easy. Being good to people, simple. It's just not easy because when you come out, the first thing you're almost on your guard, right? But let's smile at each other. Let's say hello. Have a nice day. Let somebody else. Hey, look, I want to tell y'all a secret. And this is a tad bit about this racism thing. Notice how when you see people that are being mean and being racist, watch them. They're not happy. They don't have joy. The people that have joy in their life don't have time for all this racist stuff. Don't have time for bigotry. Don't have time to abuse women. Don't have time to abuse children. And don't have time to abuse themselves. You have time to build your future. This is your chance. This pandemic and people being stuck in it. Let me tell you something. I created 3 companies in the sight of a pandemic, right from the house. That's what you do when you're creative, right? I told you this before. Great minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. And small minds discuss people. So remember, don't even give people the right away. Don't even give them the time of day to bring them up. If they don't mean anything to you, keep it moving. Keep shining. This is your world too. And they're going to have to understand one day. They got to share it. It doesn't work well without everybody. You know, I want you guys to stay safe. I want you guys to remember, love one another. We just had Juneteenth. Let me tell you something. Every day should be Juneteenth. Not just one day. Yeah, we celebrate or at least remember the day in which more than 300 people lost their lives that were running their own entity. They were running their own thing. Right? There's that saying, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. We got to work together. Because together, everyone achieves more. TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. I know there's July 7th, I believe, that is everybody's supposed to shop with the minorities, right? Well, what happens on July 8th, 9th, 10th? What happens August? What about September? I did a podcast the other night, and I'm gonna say it again now that I'm on live. Happy Father's Day to all you real fathers out there. Ed, you know you're my man, and you're a super dad. You are a super father. Happy Father's Day, bro. Happy Mother's Day to you beautiful, beautiful mothers out there. Because today is Mother's Day too. Every day that I get on here, you're going to hear me do it again. And I'm going to keep doing it until you guys get the message, until people get the message that every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Father's Day. Every day is Thanksgiving. Every day is the Independence Day. Labor Day. People are dying. They're losing their lives. People have lost their lives. So we had the opportunity to vote. And then you had 2.5 million people that did not vote in 2016. And now everybody's all up in the air about who's in the White House. Well, we had control of that. This man only won by 150,000 votes. And 2.5 million people didn't vote. If just a quarter of the 2.5 million voted, if 10% of it voted, we'd have a different president and different leader. But you know what? Can't cry over spilt milk. Just like you can't worry about who started the pandemic. It doesn't matter. That's like asking who started the fight while the fight is still going on. You finish the fight first. Then you worry about how did it start. You don't ask how it started and keep pointing the finger at who started it while we're all suffering from it. I need y'all to be smart. I need you to survive this. The summer's going to come and go. The question is, are we going to go through it with it? Or are we going to put each other in harm's way? I wear masks, y'all. I got masks in my car. I'm sitting in my car right now. Look. You see? I don't care what it makes me look like. If I go into the store, this is how you see me. I don't want to be around groups. I'm in my car by myself right now talking to you. I don't want to bring stuff home to my wife. I don't want to give it to my 81-year-old neighbor who I love to pieces. I don't want it for myself. If we're wrong, let's get through this together and we'll be here to talk about it. But if we're right, we're going to see a lot of people leave this world in 2020 that shouldn't be gone from here. Just because somebody wanted to be selfish and go crowd themselves up at a beach. Be careful. Be careful. Be responsible. These children need us. And men, our women need us. Women, your men need you. We need you. We got to be strong. I'm riding with you. I hope you're riding with me. And we're going to keep this thing rolling. And those of you that are ambitious enough, here's a challenge for you. Create your own space. With what you're given right now, create your own space. In other words, find something that you're passionate about and find out how to monetize it. Because those of you that are on furlough, those of you that have lost your jobs, have been on furlough, whatever, guess what? This is just a time for you to say, you know what? It's meant for me to start my business. It's meant for me to become self-employed. So if it does open back up, they call you back, you still have your job, but you got another source of income coming in. There's nothing wrong with that. You just might get to a point where you do what I did in 2008, walk away from corporate America. At 35 years old, I was free from working for people I did not respect or did not like anymore, did not agree with. Because anybody can make money. The key is not in making money. The key is managing your money. That's the trick. The trick is, can you manage your money, and how well can you manage your money? I'm going to tell you something. I do give classes on it, but I'm going to tell you something right now. Remember what I tell you, 80-20 split. If you remember the 80-20 split, that means you put 80% away. 20% goes in your pocket. Whatever you can't do with that 20%, you don't do that week. You don't do that month. If you remember this, you won't have to worry about a pandemic. You won't have to worry about a stimulus. I'm not getting a stimulus. Guess what, guys? We can make it. We can make it. But yeah, this is Friday Nourishment. I'm not going to stay on too long. I love you guys for being on here with me. Thank you for riding with me. I hope you continue to ride. And I'll be back on here on Monday. I may be on here throughout the weekend too, just because this is a special kind of weekend. And I want to make sure that people that need to hear me, that are following me, they can hear me and know that I'm right here. We got to make it. We're going to make it. We got to make it. And remember, you can either make history or you can be history. It's all right here. How you think is how you move. All right? Each one teach one, so we all reach one. I love y'all, and I want y'all to be safe. Peace.